Hello Let's Academy, Jared Cattoor here again. Now we are on the fourth mode in the series here with modes, right? So this mode is the Lydian mode, and the Lydian mode is really cool. It's a very pretty mode, it has a very unique sound, and basically it is a major type of scale. Essentially it's like a major scale with a sharp 4. Okay, so now we haven't done anything like this yet. A major scale with a raised fourth. So let's say we take C major like we know it, but let's take the fourth note and make it go up 1/2 step instead. So 1, 2, 3, instead of here we go up 1, 4, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. That is the special note, that is the sound of Lydian. It is a major scale with a raised fourth. And if we want to put that into a chord, the chord that creates that sound is this. Ooh, right? It's a little dissonant, but it's very pretty. It could also be just like this. This is kind of the sound of Lydian, right? So the most common way that you hear Lydian is 2 major chords going one whole step away from each other. So like what you heard in the intro is F major, and then G major, right? And think about this. You know that, since we talked about the harmonized scale so much, we know that, if we're talking about C major, the 4 and the 5 chord are always major, right? So it's kind of like I'm playing 4 and 5. And Lydian comes off of the 4th note, right? So 4 major, and then 5 major. So the most common time you hear it is that. So anytime you hear, in any song, if you hear a major chord to a major chord, play the first major chord and play Lydian scale, okay? Because it can be in any key, but that's the sound when you hear that. Another common way they play it is they would keep F in the bass. So the F is the low note. I'll play F here, major, and then you play G major, but F stays as the lowest note. Hear that? It's very pretty. That's the sound of Lydian. Another sound would be like this. Like a major 7 with a sharp 11. That's how you say it, you know? If you're, I don't know if you know how much theory you know, but major 7 with a sharp 11, anytime, if you're a jazz musician, anytime you see a major 7 with a sharp 11, it's Lydian. You play a Lydian scale, alright? So maybe that sounds kind of crazy if you're not aware of that stuff, but something to check out. Major 7 with a sharp 11. Anyway, let's go ahead now and check out the scale. So, one way you can of course play this is if you play from just F to F in C major, right? So where's F? So it's here, and we take that basic scale pattern that we know and play just to F. It's one easy way to do it. Right? Alright, so now I'm going to show you a way to extend that scale and make it a little bigger, right? So there's many ways we can do any scale pattern, just remember that, okay? But for this particular one, I want to show you like this. So we're going to play with our pinky on the F note, 13th fret here of the E string, and we're just playing from F to F in C major, right? So any pattern that you know is fine, but F to F. Here is one way you can do this, alright? So F, pinky, do the next string, we'll play G with the first finger, A with the third finger, stretch for the pinky, okay, next first finger on C, third finger on D, another stretch, pinky on E, and then we're going to play first finger here on F, third finger on G, next string, first finger on A, third finger on B, that's the special note by the way, the sharp 11, pinky on C, first finger on D, third finger on E, pinky on F, and that's the scale. Right, so that is F Lydian. Now remember there's other ways to play it, and in different keys, it's easier in different places. So another way to play it, now I don't know what kind of guitar you're using right now, but if you have an electric guitar, this will be easy. And that is by basically playing the major scale, just like the normal major scale pattern that we learned originally. Start with your second finger on F. So it's almost identical to the original major scale, except we're going to raise the fourth. So it's like 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Now we got to go here for sharp 4, because normally it's here. Sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay? So choose whichever one you want. You've actually learned 3 ways to play it so far in this video if you look at just the original C pattern from F to F. Alright? So try each of them out, see what you like best right now, and let's go ahead and jam with it. Let's try it out. Now remember, the sharp 4 is what's special. It's like a major scale, but with a sharp 4. So when you play it, 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, you really want to play that sharp 4 note. That's the special sauce in this scale. That's what creates the special sound of Lydian. So really play that, and also remember to play the note F a lot, because F is the tonal center. It's our root for Lydian, okay? So make sure to hit F, start and end on F, and really play that sharp 4, okay? It's going to be a B natural. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay? Here we go. I'm going to play a little and you can play. That's the 1. Sharp 4. Here's the first pattern I showed you. Very nice sound. It's a major sound. It's happy, but it's got a little dissonance from that sharp 4. So let's go ahead and let you try it, alright? Go ahead. Alright, so there it is. You can of course play it again. Choose which scale pattern you like, and just go ahead and play with it. And of course, like always, you can choose a backing track, and you can do just like the rest of these. You can say F Lydian backing track and use the exact patterns I gave you, or you can change the key. If it's in a different key, like A Lydian, for instance, you can take the exact same pattern, but just make sure you start on the A. Right? So like here is A. So that's one way to do it, right? So the second way I showed you. If you don't count just the normal scale pattern F to F. So anyway, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Lastly, I think the most common time you hear this scale, really you hear it all over the place, but like progressive rock. Guys like to use this a lot, like Joe Satriani and these kind of guys, progressive rock, and in metal. Really it happens all over the place. Anytime you hear a major chord to a major chord a whole step away, you're hearing the sound of Lydian. Or if you see major 7 sharp 11, you're hearing the sound of Lydian. So that's when you can play this scale. Alright, I hope you had a great time learning this. Have fun, jam with it, get to practicing, get to the backing tracks, and we'll see you in the next lesson.